Hello friends, welcome back to my video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see about the chromoplate. So, what do you mean by the chromoplate? If you will see the TLC plate, so on that TLC plate, small fine layer is present on that surface of the TLC plate. So that is nothing but the your chromoplate, and which is called as adsorbent. Okay, so the glass plate having a thin uniform layer of the finely divided adsorbent on it is called as chromoplate. So that is the fine layer which is present on the glass plate we call a chromoplate. So the how we can prepare the that chromoplate, preparation of the chromoplate. If you will take simply uh, adsorbent, we have to see which adsorbent we can use on that glass plate. So we have to make that aqueous slurry of the powder is prepared, and after that we have to suitable binders such as plaster of Paris, gypsum, calcium sulfate, or polyvinyl alcohol is also added to the slurry to hold the solid on the plate. So simply you can take that powder and you will add this kind of things as a binder. That means that slurry will be close will attach on that glass plate surface, and we have to add the alcohol also, polyvinyl alcohol also, because that will be the closely bind with that glass plate, right? After applying that slurry on the glass plate, that thickness will be range, that is 0.1 to 0.3 mm. So that is the thickness of that layer. Okay, so in this way we have to prepare the chromoplate on the glass plate. Now the plate is dry to evaporate the solvent and the heated in an oven at a 110 degrees Celsius to activate the adsorbent. What we have added alcohol also in that we have added, so we have to evaporate it by giving the heat. Okay, so you can see how much temperature is given, 110 degrees Celsius to activate that adsorbent, okay, which is applied already on that glass surface. And alumina used for the separation of weakly polar compounds, but silica gel is used for the polar compound. So as adsorbent, which having the two types, for the polar compounds we can use as alumina. Okay, alumina, and you can see here silica gel is used for the polar compounds, and here also alumina is also polar and silica is also polar, but alumina is less polar than the silica. So depends on the requirement we can use this kind of adsorbent, alumina and silica gel. Next, we have to see the types of TLC, thin layer chromatography. In that, the first one is adsorption TLC, and the second one is liquid-liquid partition TLC, and the third is ion exchange TLC. Fourth one is size exclusion TLC. So total how many? Four types of TLC we have to learn. First of all, we have to take the adsorption TLC. In this adsorption TLC, simply it's a surface phenomena. Adsorption is nothing but your particular liquid solvent or particular liquid thing which will adsorb on the solid surface. So in this case, two things are given for that, mobile phase and the solid phase, right? The most commonly used stationary phase are adsorbent. So stationary phase will be adsorbent, and that will be the solid, okay, solid in form, and the mobile phase will be liquid form, right, and it will be the adsorbent. So we can use as a stationary phase. As a stationary phase, example is silica gel. Alumina also we can use, but it is the less polar than silica gel, and silica gel is the highly polar is there. So alumina also we can use here as a stationary phase. And the third one is other adsorbents also given for you, but depends on the requirement we have to use them. So first of all, we have to take information about the silica gel, why we can use silica gel, why we can use alumina, why we can use other adsorbent which are already acting as a stationary phase. So first of all, we have to see about the silica gel. In this case, you will see it particles. Silica gel particles contains hydroxyl groups. Okay, OH group is there, right, which forms hydrogen bond with the polar molecules. Okay, so because of the hydroxyl group, that silica gel molecules will be form the polar bonds. Okay, polar bonds, and it will be better for the identification or separation purpose. Now the chromatoplate is activated by heating at 110 degrees Celsius to remove the adsorbed water. After applying that silica gel on the surface of the glass plate, it means we have uh, make the that chromoplate. This is small or fine layer on the glass plate, and which is activated by the heating. We have to heat that up to the 110 degrees Celsius. What after heating, what we are removing? The adsorbent water molecules. Okay, some moisture content will be present in that adsorbent, so that we have to remove by giving the heat. Now to increase the efficiency of the separation, it means we are heating that plate. It means what will happen, we are improving the quality of that plate, or TLC plate you can say, or to increase the efficiency of the separations, you will get the better result. You will see the proper separation, right? Now next is the alumina. Alumina also we can use as a stationary phase. This is weakly polar or less polar, you can say. It is also contain hydroxyl group on its surface. This is also contains hydroxyl group is there. OH group is also present in this adsorbent. It is used for the separation of weakly polar compounds, while silica is used for the separation of polar compound. If we having in the sample um, weakly polar compound, so we can use the alumina. Or if we want to separate the polar compound, then we can use the silica gel adsorbent. So that this is the difference between it. If you want to separate polar, weakly polar, less polar compound, then we can use alumina. If you want to separate the polar compound, then we can use silica gel. The next is example amino acids and sugar. Now we have to see about the other adsorbent. Which other adsorbent we can use for the as a stationary phase? So activated charcoal, we have know that, right? And the calcium silicates are used in the TLC for the stationary phase and the adsorbent, right? So all these thing about the adsorption TLC, which thing we can use as a stationary phase, that we have seen silica gel, alumina, and other adsorbents we have seen there, right? Now we are going to see the next type of TLC, that is the liquid partition TLC. In this case, you will see the stationary phase and the mobile phase both will be the liquid, right? The adsorbed water of the slurry act as stationary liquid phase. So I told you the stationary phase also liquid and the mobile phase will be also liquid in this type of TLC. Hence the chromophore plate is not activated by the heating, so there is no need to heat for the activation of that chromatoplate, right? The thin film of water supported on the silica gel act as stationary liquid phase. So whatever the small layer is present on the glass plate, that is acting as the stationary liquid phase. This is the similar to column chromatography, and this technique, this TLC type of TLC is similar to the column chromatography, and hence this type of TLC is also called as open column chromatography, right? This also we call open column chromatography. So in this type of TLC, we can use silica gel, which is acting as a stationary liquid phase, right? And mobile phase we can use different solvents are present that we can use as a mobile phase. Now we have to see the next type of TLC, that is ion exchange TLC. So in this case we can use to make the small layer with the help of resin, right? So the resin we can use for the preparing the thin layer plate, and that resin particle size should be between 40 to 80 millimicro. This is the particle size, right? And for example we can see here Dovex 50W. Dovex 50W, the strong acid cation exchange in hydrogen. In this case will be the strong acid cation exchange in hydrogen, that is the RZSO3 H plus hydrogen ions, or the strong acid cation exchange in the sodium RZSO3 and Na plus cations. So this is the both are cation exchanger, right? This kind of resin we can use in ion exchanger, okay, ion exchange TLC. Now next is given Dovex 1. So this is also we can use in ion exchange TLC, RZNR3 plus Cl, the strong base anion. So this is the anion exchanger in the chloride form, and their size should be the 0.2 to 0.3 mm thickness, so that uh, layer thickness should be 0.2 to 0.3 mm. Now we have to see the next type of TLC, that is size exclusion TLC. In this case you will see the superfine Sephadex is used for the preparing the chromoplate. So in this TLC type of TLC, to making the thin layer or what chromatoplate made by the superfine Sephadex, right? And the gel is first soaked in water for the about 4 days to complete this swelling, and then spread on the plate. So this is the time consuming process is there, that Sephadex we have to add into the water, so that water will adsorb into this Sephadex, and after that after 4 days we have to keep it, and then we have to make that plate, right? Simply we have to make that the fine layer on the plate. And third one is the plate are not dried but kept wet. It means no need to heat here to activate the that plate. The development time is the 8 to 10 hours, while other phases only 25 minutes. So this technique is time consuming because it's take very long time to preparation of TLC. So it's not a affordable method, right?